Okay, this is a second example of that nature, so go ahead and try this one on your own. You're solving for side C and side B, so work through your trig functions, find the ones that are going to allow you to make the calculations to give you the missing sides. Okay, we're given angle 23, theta is 23 degrees, so let's check if sine function will work. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse, so opposite, yes, over hypotenuse. So it gives me one known value and one unknown, so we can definitely use sine. Let's do that one first. Okay, so that would allow us to be sine of 23 is going to be opposite over hypotenuse, and from here we're cross multiplying and solving, so we get C times the sine of 23 degrees equals 16. Solve for C, so divide both sides by sine of 23 degrees. And C is approximately 40.95, and what are our units? Meters. Okay. Now let's check cosine. Adjacent over hypotenuse. Adjacent is B, hypotenuse is C. That's no good for us. So we definitely don't want to use that one in this case. So let's check tangent. Opposite over adjacent. So opposite over adjacent, that gives us the side we're missing. So we're going to use tangent. Okay, so tangent of 23 equals 16 over B. Cross multiply. And then we're solving for B, so divide both sides by a tangent of 23 degrees. So B is approximately, put that in your calculator and check, 37.69 meters. Alright, next we say, at a certain time of day, the angle of elevation of the sun is 40 degrees, depicted in this picture. To the nearest foot, find the height of the tree. So we're looking for this missing side. And it says whose shadow is 35 feet long. So they've given us this side's 35 feet. We know our angle of elevation. And we're looking for a missing side. Which trig function allows us to solve for this side here, the missing side, which is h? Sine, cosine. Good, so we can see that the tangent theta is the one we want to use. So the tangent, we know angle theta in this case was given to us as 40 degrees is equal to the height, or you can have your x value there, over 35, and then we're solving for h. So let's cross multiply, and remember this is just going to be over 1 when you're cross multiplying. So that would be h is equal to 35 times the tangent of 40 degrees. The height is approximately 29.37, and if it asks you to just give it to a whole number and we rounded this, we would say h is approximately 29 feet. Okay, next we're going to practice using the inverse trig function on a calculator. So basically we're just going to be doing calculator function here. And the inverse sine function on the calculator would be sine inverse. That's like to the -1 power, so look for that button. And I'll say find theta if sine of theta equals 0.2971. We want to find the sine inverse of that. So basically we would say theta is equal to sine inverse of our value that was given, which is approximately, you just plug that in the calculator, 17.28 degrees. Alright, using the inverse function of cosine for part B, we're going to do the cosine of 0.8771. Plugging that in the calculator, we're going to get approximately 28.71 degrees. Okay, these are not reciprocal keys, they're inverse keys. Okay, So a case in which we may use those is an example like 10. So a tower that's 125 feet tall, so we can see this is our height, casts a shadow 172 feet long. This is our shadow. Find the angle. This time we know the sides, but we don't know the angle. Okay, so we're looking for angle theta, and this is a case which we'll get to put our inverse calculator function to use. So which trig function would we be able to use for this particular case to have this value over this value? Tangent, right? So of angle theta, tangent is going to be opposite over adjacent. So we narrowed down in the same line of thinking as we did in the previous problems. Tangent theta is equal to 125 over 172. Because remember, when we're solving for anything, we can only have one unknown value. So in this case, tangent allows theta to be the only unknown value. So to solve for this, angle theta is going to be tan inverse. Oh, this is 172. Yeah, thank you. Tan inverse of 125 over 172. And so you would just put this in your calculator, and that allows us to find the missing angle theta, which is approximately 36. I get this in the calculator, so let's just round it and say theta is approximately 36 degrees. So remember that we're always trying to use our trig function, sine, cosine, or tangent, to find missing values. So we would just assess the particular givens and solve for the unknowns using whatever trig function is going to be the best option for a particular side.